Hey, I had some technical difficulties there. This thing wouldn't work. And so I went and grabbed my iPad and tried to get it to work on there, and that wouldn't work either. So I'm back on here now, and it's working, I think. I hope you guys can hear me if anyone logs in. All right, let's see if any of you are going to log in. Perhaps it's not working. Cooper, I'm recording, okay? Shh. Aunt Liz is on. Hi, Liz. Cooper's watching Archibald's Big Day up there. It's a pretty exciting show. All right, so if you guys can let me know if you can hear me, because I had some technical problems. And then I will start talking about the books. I know that's why you're here. You don't want to just see me or hear Cooper. Well, maybe you want to hear Cooper. That'd be fine. All right, so you can hear me, Liz? Okay, so let's get right into it. All right, well, let's not get right into it. I want to tell you guys something first. I did the Kroger grocery pickup with the app, and I never did it before this whole pandemic thing because I was kind of nervous about it. I don't know why, but anyway, I did it on the app because it's free right now, and that's like the best decision I've made in a long time. Let me just tell you, it was so nice not to be able to go into the grocery store, and the gentleman that brought out my groceries was so nice, and they load them for you, and it was just awesome. So I highly recommend it, and thanks to all the people working at the grocery stores right now because it is crazy in there, and to be able to not have to go in there was awesome. So I suggest you try it. It's really easy to do through the Kroger app, which is free. All right, so first book is going to be a suspense thriller mystery. It's called The Boy from the Woods, and it's by Harlan Coben. Now, Harlan Coben has a whole bunch of books. He has a long-running mystery series, the Marlin, no, I don't know, it's Marlin something. Anyway, they're really good. I read them a while ago, but now he's been writing a lot of standalone books. And also, a lot of his books have been adapted for Netflix shows, so you might recognize The Stranger is one. There was one we just watched last fall. It was really good too. So watch for his books to be adapted to shows on Netflix. So this is his most recent book. It came out on St. Patrick's Day, and it's very fast-paced. In the start, a high school girl, Naomi, goes missing. And she's kind of an outcast. She's bullied at school, and no one really seems to care or notice that she's missing, except for one of her classmates, Matthew. And Matthew's kind of on the line between being like in with the popular kids and being like kind of on the outskirts with Naomi. So he kind of takes notice that she's missing, and he mentions it to his grandma, Hester Crimstein. And Hester is a famous TV attorney. She's loaded, rich. She's very well known, and what Hester wants, she gets. She's kind of I don't know what to call her. That would be nice, but she's not a bad character. She's just very bossy and ruthless. So Hester decides that she's going to help Matthew find this girl because she does everything her grandson wants her to. She's a good grandma. So she takes her resources to try to start helping find this girl, even though nobody's really looking for her. And the first person she calls on is the boy from the woods. So the boy from the woods is a boy who they found 30 years ago living in the woods, and no one knows who he is. No one ever figured out his name, where he came from. No one ever claimed him. So he went by the name Wilde, Wilde, and that name has stuck with him. Now he's in his 30s, and he's like just this man beast who lives out in the woods in this tiny little home, and he's got these amazing skills. He can track people. He is like silent. He can go through the woods silently. He's got like special skill set that would be amazing for creeping up on people or finding people. So Hester calls on him because he was the best friend of her son David, who was killed in an accident, and David is Matthew's dad. So Matthew's kind of grown up with Wild as kind of like his parent figure, but they're not related. But anyway, Wild starts helping Hester to try to find Naomi, the missing girl. Well, in the process, some big important people, political people that are wanting to be senator, and also some really rich people in town, take notice, and they're like, ooh, we don't want these secrets to come out, because as Wild and Hester start digging, they start finding out things. And one of the things they find out is someone sitting on death row who is not guilty for something that happened many years ago. So they start digging into that while the girl's still missing. Then another kid goes missing, and so then it's just like, okay, Wild's like not backing down. He's going to find out what happens, because he's like got a soft spot for outcasts, because he was definitely an outcast himself. So I would highly suggest this book. I'm not going to tell you any more because that would be a spoiler alert, but it goes really fast. It's set against a highly charged political backdrop, and it's very atmospheric. So when they describe Wild's home, and like whenever he's in the woods, he kind of goes to the woods to have his alone time, and he runs really fast. So he just runs to his house, or runs to Hester's house, or runs wherever he wants. He doesn't take transportation. Why would he do that? He lives in the woods. And there's a major wicked plot twist at the end, so you will love it. And I read it in, I think, a night, and it's very, very good. And I have my copy, so if you want to borrow it, dibs, call dibs. All right, so that's Harlan Coben, The Boy from the Woods. Harlan Coben's books are all very fast-paced, very good. You should check them out. The first series is called Myron Bolitar series, and he's like a sports agent, but he gets into all kinds of mischief and murders, and those are a good series. So check those out. All right, so that's all I have for Harlan. Now we're going to switch gears, because I also have another book. Well, the other one is a new release. This one's an oldie goodie. This one's been around a while. I think I read it in 2016. I don't know, something like that. Anyway, it's still on my shelf, and I don't keep a lot of books, so that means something. This is one of those books I loan to people when they're like, I need a good book. So it's called The Cherry Harvest by Lucy Sanna. Isn't it beautiful? Here's the back. Lovely. My copy's kind of waterlogged or something. So this takes place right after World War II, or kind of in the midst of World War II. But unlike most historical fiction of World War II, it doesn't take place in Europe or somewhere where the war is actually having huge effects. It takes place in Door County, Wisconsin, which is a place where German prisoners of war were in abundance, and they were helping on orchards. I never knew this. So there's a cherry orchard in Door County, Wisconsin, and the two main characters, Charlotte and Thomas, are married. They run the orchard with their son, Ben, and their daughter, what's her name? I don't remember her name, but she's younger. Ben's like a college age. Ben gets sent away to fight in the war, so then it's just Charlotte, Thomas, and the daughter trying to keep this cherry orchard going, and many of their workers are also sent away to war, so they don't have enough people to keep the orchard running. So that's where the German prisoners of war come in. They get sent a group of men to come work the orchard and then go back to their war camp. But one of the men is named Carl, and he is German, but he's got a very good grasp of the English language, very smart. He was a teacher in Germany before he joined the war and was captured as a prisoner of war. So Thomas befriends Carl and asks Carl if he would come and tutor their daughter at their home, also while he was working on the orchard. So Carl moves in with the family, moves to the farm, and begins working and living there. And that is when things start getting shaken up a little bit. So I'm not going to give you all the details because you should read it. But one of the things that happens is in the process, while Carl's living there, this German, their son, when he's sent to come home from war, he gets home and there's a German soldier living in his house. So you can imagine that that doesn't end very well for anyone. So there's a very explosive and heartbreaking ending to this book, but it is so good that you have to read it. The writing is beautiful. In the way the cherry orchard is described, you learn a lot about harvesting the cherries and things like that I didn't know a thing about. There's romance, not too much, pretty tame, but still good. And there's a little suspense because there's kind of a mystery involved. Some humor, but it's just an all-around really good story. So this one is The Cherry Harvest by Lucy Sanna, and this one's up for borrow too if you want. You might be able to find these on Hoopla or Overdrive as well. If you need help with that, you can ask me. I'll be happy to help you. But yeah, both great books. And let's see. If you guys want me to talk about any certain books next time, let me know. But I think I'm going to talk about Dear Edward next time. That's a great one that I just read recently. And maybe something else. You guys can suggest one. If you look at my blog and see if there's any books you want to hear more about, or even if you see a book that is coming out and you want to know more about it, hit me up and I'll read it and talk it up. Okay? Thanks for tuning in, and it's very rainy out there and thundering. But at least we're safe at home. So remember, we're not stuck at home. I saw this on Facebook, which I think was really great. Nobody's stuck at home. We're safe at home with our families. So let's be thankful for that. And if you need a book to read, take things, just holler at me and I'll be happy to help. We'll have to do a drive-by or something safely. All right. Take care, guys. Bye.